You may have heard of the importance of positioning your business. Positioning your business is finding and owning a place in your market and in people's mind that is favorable to your business. It usually consists of crafting a statement that is carefully designed to help build your business in a more intentional way. But it's not just a statement. And in fact, I would like to do this video because there is a big misconception that many business owners make. And in the context of professional services firm, I've seen many CEOs, founders misunderstand what really positioning is and reduce it to that statement. So let me put this very clearly. The statement that says what you do and who you do it for is one of the potential formulas, one of the potential templates to crystallize in a very concise and clear way where people can find you in the market and who you serve, so that they can decide if they need your help and if they want to work with you. But that particular device is something that is hard to come up with. And most people challenge themselves to come up with that statement in the wrong order. They will get it into that template mode and try to fill in the blank without doing the necessary research and without thinking through this enough. What they miss is that, first of all, your positioning is something that will probably evolve over time. So it's not something that is set in stone. It's actually the culmination of an exploration process and a thought process that involve many different areas. It's a little bit like your positioning statement is the title of a bigger piece, like a book or a movie or a body of work that is really, really extensive, right? It's just a title. It's how you summarize the key idea in just a few words that expresses what your company stands for, why it exists, and who it serves, right? But that exploration process is much bigger, like I said. What does it include? Well, I would probably be unable to record this in even a 1-hour video. There are so many different criteria, but here are some of the big ones, the big things you need to think about when developing that statement. Let's start with your category experience, right? Or which means like, who have you worked with before? Who do you have experience with that you can provide value to and that could serve to identify and find your business more easily? Is this engineering? Is this healthcare? Is this, like me, professional services? What category do you really intend to focus on? Another type of criteria may be your personal preferences, because your business hinges on you and your team. And so you and your team has to be excited to help certain type of people. I know some of my peers focus and specialize on helping nonprofits, right? And so if that's the case, explore and ask yourself the question, why would you choose working with nonprofit? What does it trigger for you? What is the spark? What is the energy that you could put into this work that is so meaningful to you that you will do it for a very long time? So that could be also an area that you may consider, is how does it speak to your heart almost? A third one, maybe your capacities or your capabilities, your skills, in other words. Who are you going to focus on helping? Maybe tied to what kind of skills do you have, right? If you want to serve retailers, for example, if you want to serve retailers with their IT network needs, you're going to need to have people who know a little bit about the world in retail, how things roll, what is going on in this industry, and of course, people who are going to be able to install networks there in those multi-site organizations. Another area may be the type of clients you want to work with. And I see many companies who define their positioning based on the demographics and the type of people they want to serve, which could work, but they stay there. And sometimes it's kind of fuzzy to hear things like, we want to work with courageous leaders, for instance, right? Courageous leaders could mean very different things. It's very fuzzy. What does courageous mean to your prospects? It's probably different than what it means to me or it means to you, right? It's very subjective here. So that's not a great way to position your firm based on superlatives or adjectives that could be misinterpreted. However, if you run into this type of criteria, into this type of choice during your exploration process, don't throw it away, because it may be that you use that data point to identify who is the best fit to work with you, right? Say you are providing branding services for mental health institution, which is quite specific. You may also define that within that context, you only want to work with leaders who are experimental, say, or who like to experiment things. But that's not something that is really helpful for people to find you. It's something that you can use to identify if a potential client will be a great fit for you, a good prospect for you. But maybe it's a secondary or tertiary criteria that comes in during the sales process, not necessarily during the marketing activities that you have, where things are very quick and we need to identify where you are in the market and in people's mind. So don't fall into this trap. Your statement is only the reflection of, and is only a summary, is only the title of a much bigger set of considerations that hopefully you explore carefully through a research process that helps you define really who you're best suited for. I hope this helps.